Top of the morning, top of the morning. Citizens of the world, brothers and sisters, thank you for joining. Those who saw my notification, yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks for giving me the heads up. Brothers and sisters. Um, guess I'm hearing some feedback, but in any event, I'm here in the community. I won't keep this video too long. The stream is it's going to be nice, quick, and to the point. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, on the social media forefronts. The feedback is kind of throwing me off a little bit. I hope my video comes out clear to you all. I apologize if it's not. But in any event, I'm here. Today I'll be talking a little bit about the community, and particularly my community and what it means to me. I want you guys to all see Sankofa Art Walk out here in the famous, lucrative Lamar Park, kicking some bottles around, I guess. But check out that thumbnail. Just if you can't Google, look up Chaos Networks. Shout out to Ben. I'm gonna flip my screen. You all can see his office. This is Ben's office. Coming up on Chaos Networks over here in Lamar Park. Ben has been around for years. He's the guy. That's the guy, Great producer, great filmmaker. This is where all the work and magic kind of happens in Lamar Park. So I definitely have to give Ben his shout out and his credit for keeping Lamar Park alive. He in his own right is an icon, to the city. He works with at UCLA a lot with the students in there studying independent film. As I said, this is a lot of his design, Sankofa, which honors the West African spiritual traditions, right? So, I'm here today to talk about meditation. And particularly for me, a teacher who works in the city and volunteers a lot of programs and events and kind of community action plans, if you will. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see that I share a lot of that information, probably more than I should, on our governmental works. I'm extremely transparent. I try to be creative and lucrative when it comes to involving the community and educating the masses about what's going on in the city. Such as an example, take a look across the street. Set my coffee down. Zoom in a little bit. Check that out. I would walk down there, but that's kind of far. Right over there is Crenshaw. Everybody knows about Crenshaw, right? And that's actually what they're calling it. The project that's emerging is going to be called Destination Crenshaw. Get my coffee. Destination Crenshaw is going to be a major project emerging probably towards the end of this year, where they're literally building another park, right? Overhead walking park right by Lamar Park. Famous Lamar Park, right? you all seen Moesha, you know, and uh, hey, what's up, man? Good morning. Back in the '90s, right when she's dancing on that water well over there. Brandy's actually my god cousin. Um, she named her daughter after me. Her and my mom were really close friends in high school, and anyway, that's a long story. But again, meditation, and the title of this video, civic responsibility or civic engagement, basically, in other words, becomes your meditation and your involvement with, as I was saying earlier, for me particularly, the masses, right? And how I kind of do my outreach and I give back to a proportionate degree, I feel, based on my skills and knowledge and resources, right? I give back what I can. And honestly, sometimes it's a little bit too much. This is what I want to talk to you all about today. And that, burnout is real, but I have this kind of self resilience factor to me that keeps me kind of, engaged with the greater responsibility, the greater shared responsibility. And like for today, I was cooking this morning and making my breakfast. Dropped my skillet, with some oil on there for my potatoes. Messed up my pants. I hope you guys like my fit. I try to be, what's the word? I was looking at one of my older videos where I was talking about a similar topic. When I was over here in Leimert Park, well, I wasn't in Leimert Park, but basically I was talking about Leimert Park. And, I try to be topical. I try to be relevant. I try to be fresh. Sorry about that. And don't let anyone tell you that you have to stay in a particular lane or mode or way of life. Healthcare. For me, for example, I've always been curious about new ideas and new ways of life, different cultures, different food, different wardrobe, different experiences, different styles of learning. This just always just been my personality. And honestly, I would credit a lot of that to my grandmother, mom, um, you know, less traditional ways of life. I'm pretty liberal, for better lack of words. Speaking of liberal, I want to give sorry, my Wi-Fi over here, not that good. So thank you all for bearing with me. I promise I won't keep this video too long. I'm pretty much making the threat, people that are not out there in Bel Air, right? We have to stay focused on our well-being, on our self-care, right? In that video that I was referring to that I created last year, where I was talking about civic engagement, just constantly staying on the forefront and beat of your greater connection to the world is pivotal. How I was talking about that, or rather why I was talking about that, is extremely obvious today, right? Happy Cesar Chavez Day, by the way. One of my heroes, believe it or not. Great organizer, great man, supreme leader that sacrificed so much for this nation, and of course his heritage, to keep the respect is an adamant figure um, on the forefronts of media outreach and social media creation and digital content curation. Um, and those kind of things were going on back in the day when people were still fighting for basic human rights and dignity and recognition and respect. And even me, right, trying to make sure I get good service to reach out to my people and the people I'm trying to convey to, and where I don't have to be all in your face making my points, and where I can articulate what I want to articulate, and that is your well-being is of the highest importance, basically, is what I have to say. So, you know, yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier about civic engagement and the Black manosphere, that, I have a lot of respect for those guys. They're very creative and nuanced and relevant and hot topic right now. Um, I I hesitated to say that I was affiliated with the Black manosphere for a very particular reason. I think I even said in the video that I have profound respect for the leaders, at least, in the Black manosphere, right? The professors, the professionals, scholars who are advocating for Black male issues, such as primarily police brutality. And why I focus on mental health so much, of healthcare, particularly in the Eastern philosophy. It's no mystery why I'm here, right, in Leimert Park, because this is where I was been taught so much of that, and where my community embraced me. And the same vein, I want to convey that to the manosphere, that that I recognize you, and so many people, so many others recognize you. Um, and I'm not just trying to pull your coattails or shine you on. I've literally talked about you guys in my research reports. Um, and they know it. They know me. The guys in the manosphere. That's the only reason why. And quite frankly, I knew, which I found out who is finally behind origins of the manosphere. Black or white. It doesn't, right. So when yeah, I'm not going to stick on that too much, but I will say, for the record, whether you recognize me a part of the manosphere or not, I have respect for what they are doing, and that is basically advocating for, obviously, men to be associated and connected to the greater ethereal world. That's what I'm all about. That or war. You take your pick. That's what it's about. That's what the world is about. And that's civic. That's meditation. I think in my last videos, you guys will see the previous videos that, I've had some rough couple of weeks, getting stuff done with the city, and check me out on Instagram and Facebook, on my social media, where I'm a writer. I write a lot more than I can do this kind of stuff, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I'm very consistent in certain things. What I eat, my working out every night, listening to a lot of those guys on the manosphere. That's like my workout video a lot of the time. And one thing you'll know about me, one thing you'll find out about me really quick, is that I don't make excuses for what needs to be done. And, like streets, for example. I'll give you guys just one example before I head out and log off. And thank you all for bearing with me and being patient. That, I've been working with MTA on streets and a corridor that's been very hard-pressed damage for quite some time, probably half my lifetime. Right over there by the Slauson swap meet. MTA and the Bureau of Streets are changing the the streets. It used to be a train going right there alongside railroads, but they've taken that out, and we're working on infrastructure basically. And I have to communicate and send all these emails to all these different agencies, and we even have a new park design. And it gets a little complex. And you have to start reaching out to people, and it's like the most obvious point sometimes, but things happen. I have an event coming up where we're going to do stuff for the kids. And, that's what it's all about, guys. If there's anything from this video that you can take away, and that's don't give up. That's use your best asset, which is your mind, and your physical well-being, right? Which you can physically do, and how well you take care of yourself, right? That's your greatest asset, and use it at your disposal. In other words, that's what I meant by, you can be non-conformist. Don't conform to the ideals of someone else. Be instinctual in that sense. Go off instinct. Hell, you know what? I'm even go so far to be a little impulsive when it comes to your mental health, your well-being, right? Meditation, right, is the highest form of civic engagement, because that is letting the world know your boundaries. That's you recognizing yourself and your limitations for the greater good. And, your community will help you get who you consider your community, what you consider your community as, will help you achieve that gap, fill that gap, or I should say rather, is a better way of putting it. That will help you fill the gap, and I'm, of course, this is a heavy topic. I don't have enough time to go into the tenets of how that happens and how to see that realized, right? But it takes, like, being creative, being different. Don't let anyone tell you what you're supposed to be doing. And most importantly, knowing yourself. And having goals too. That's important. Having achievable goals. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. I about to go meet up and handle some business with some folks that are close to me, and that's where we're at, guys. Like, just kind of recognizing what's at stake, in the sense that if we don't have these conversations, if they're not articulated clearly in such a way, and you don't become involved with the skill set and resources that will help you get to the level mentally where you want to get to, and then physically, then we're going to be in trouble. Obviously, well, not obviously, but yesterday I was having a little bit of service too with the rainy weather, and I kind of didn't want to do the video anyway yesterday. This topic of discussion, which is a topic that's been on my mind for quite some time, because we're dealing with a lot of stuff in the government, and I'm in the government. That's why I was explicit coming out last year saying that I work with the government. I'm a teacher, number one, but I also work with the government, and the local government, at least. I'm not like in Congress or anything like that, but I have to be careful with what I say, right? Obviously. So yeah, there's a couple things that we discussed. I got a lot of respect for the guys that are creating content and educating across their states and nation. again, you guys all know I hope to get to that level one day, um, to where I have a mainstream audience. So yeah, I think I'll leave it there. You guys get the point. So um, you all stay safe. Stay open to new ideas too. All right. Y'all take care. Much love. Oh, and hit that like button, share, subscribe. I don't do this for money. Okay. I make a pretty good living already. A lot of this stuff people don't want to hear because it's the hard truth and facts to long life and longevity. Um, and that takes work. It's not easy. It's not going to come easy, and neither should it. But if you guys want to see more of this stuff, I would definitely appreciate more contributions, more participation. I hate to sound like a teacher right now, but yeah, hit that cash app if you can, or if you want to communicate to me directly on some ideas, yeah, we can work it out. But I'm doing this because I care about my community, and I care about Los Angeles, and I care about young men being able to get to their goals in life, and the same luxury and possibility and of benefits that I had. So much love to you all. You all know me. I'm here for the citizens of the world. So I'll see you all next week. I'm usually going to give me Thursdays or Wednesdays is when we'll be going live. All right. I don't know which day. Nothing's set in stone, but you can expect to see me regularly at least one of those 2 days, Wednesdays or Thursdays. All right, y'all. Much love. Take care. Peace.